Yeah. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Ken's TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before I get into this evening's video, y'all jump into the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set. Let us know if you're the man or the woman that you say you be. You know, I've been receiving a whole lot of messages. People been hitting me up on my phone. 859-551-5122. 859-551-5122. That's my real number. I do respond. People been sending me emails. RealKensTV at Yahoo. RealKensTV at Yahoo. And it's been several days since I've uploaded. Kens, we just want to make sure you're okay. Kens, we just want to, check on you and just check, to see if you're good. For y'all that are not familiar, I'm going through a situation which I'm being falsely accused, have been falsely accused, but simply defending myself. Individual, and I'll post the actual first video that I made in regard to this situation. I'll pin that in my comments, so for you all that are unfamiliar, you can go and take a look at it. But a brief synopsis, overview, if you will, that I dropped a $50 bill on the store. Individual tried to take it when it was clearly my money. I dropped it, like 100% dropped it, and he knew that it wasn't his, and he stepped on the $50 bills. I went to pick the money up. Wouldn't take his foot off my $50 bill. He's standing over top of me. I said a couple words, which I really shouldn't even have done that, to be honest. I'm in immediate danger. You have an individual standing over top of you, and you're, bending over. You know what? Pause. Double, infinite pause. Let's rewind that, because I don't even like the way that sounds. You're reaching forward to grab your money off the ground, and an individual in an aggressive voice is making it seem like it's his money. One thing led to the next. We get into a little scuffle. No punches were thrown. I never physically hit him. We just kind of tussled, wrestled around a little bit. And at the end of the day, at the end of the encounter, I was the one that they hauled off to jail, charged with criminal mischief, 4th degree assault. Again, there was no injuries, there was no nothing. But because this individual made a spectacle when the police came, I want that man arrested. Him right there. He assaulted me. He robbed me of my money. I robbed you of something that's clearly mine. Well, come on, Kens. Why don't you just get the video? It doesn't work that easy. Yeah, we've retrieved the video, but everything takes time. Things have to be subpoenaed. They're not gonna just go in and just get the video and say, here you go. See what I'm saying? Things take time. Been to court 3 times at this point, and there's a trial date set. They've given me several plea deal offers. Nah, can't go out like that. If I didn't do anything, guess what? Can't take no plea deals. Been threatened by the judge. You've received a very fair offer by the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And by God, if the jury recommends you 12 months, I'll make sure that you do every day of that 12 months. Good old boy. It's not the way that he talked, but it came across that way. You see, Your Honor, if I didn't do anything, and I feel as though protecting myself, if protecting yourself is wrong, then I guess we're all guilty of just that. I could have hurt that individual. Never did I attempt to. Never did I. It was never my intention to do so. He was the aggressor from day one. And again, I'm going to pin the first video in the comment section. My Cash App's should be up in the screen. If not, $KENZ1000. Lawyer fees is very, very expensive. I'm not getting on here begging or anything like that, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all rock with me, man. So I'm set to go to trial next week. And It was next Thursday. And we just gonna see what happens. They've offered me time served. They've offered me to go take some classes, and I take the classes, and 6 months later, if I haven't had any problems or infractions or anything of the sorts, then I get my bond money back, $3,500. Lawyer, $5,000. No, I'm not doing that. Y'all not willing to outright dismiss the case? You all have the tape. You all have seen everything. Well, come on, Kens, they can't do that. Come on, Kens, I will sue them. See, it's very difficult to do those things in a Commonwealth state because they kind of make up rules as they go along. They blatantly make up rules as they go along. They don't kind of do anything. Wouldn't necessarily say that I've been in a funk. I just haven't, I'm not sure. I just haven't really been, I don't necessarily want to say a positive state of mind. It's just like, you can do everything that you're supposed to be doing in life. And again, I'm not getting on here crying. I'm not getting, because, you make your bed. So when you make your bed, guess what? You have to lay in it. I don't care if it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago. The decisions that you, I, us, we make in life, sometimes those decisions will cost us for the rest of our lives, if you will. So when I was running out here and running around, selling my counterfeit and making counterfeit checks and money, and it was all good. The hundreds and thousands that I ran through and seen, it was all good then. But when it was time to pay the Pied Piper, guess what? It wasn't all good. Now you have to live your life as a individual that's different from everybody else. Criminal record, being a felon. A whole lot of disadvantages. No, you're not in prison anymore. But sometimes you feel as though you still are in prison. Sometimes you feel as though I lived a better life in prison. I know it sounds weird, but it's just factual. Do I want to go back to prison? Absolutely not. I'm not sure if anyone in their right frame of mind wants to go back to prison. But when you're dealing with the everyday struggles of just life, the everyday struggles of not only life, because we all deal with the everyday struggles of life, but living life with a criminal record, being a felon, not being able to vote. Yeah, you can vote. You can get your voting rights back after you've been off, parole, probation for so long. Not being able to carry a firearm. Can you imagine that? You're out somewhere with your family. Someone's trying to do something to one of your kids, to your wife. And because you have a felony, could have been 20 years ago, could have been 15 years ago, several years ago, could have been non-violent, non-sexual, could have been for some checks, some credit cards, child support. Yeah, they send you penitentiary in Kentucky over child support. It could have been driving on suspended license, you habitual offender. It could have been the most non-violent charges ever. But because you have this on your rap sheet, guess what? You're not legally allowed to carry a firearm to protect your family, to protect yourself. You're not legally allowed to carry a knife that's over so many inches. I think it's 3.5 inches. So many things you can't get certified in. So many jobs that you can't work because you have this felony on your rap sheet. You're relegated to fast food, factory work, manual labor. And when I say manual labor, as far as like construction work, it's definitely a disadvantage for you. But again, once you make your bed, you're forced to lay in it. Not saying that any of those jobs or professions that I mentioned, you do what you have to do to survive. So I'm not saying anything is wrong with any of those things. And you have to start somewhere. You must be willing to start somewhere. But it gets very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating at times. But even though you're going through these things, you still live and you say, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing because I'm tired of being incarcerated. I'm tired of being a disappointment. I'm tired of being away from my kids, my family, my loved ones. I'm tired of paying these lawyers. I'm tired of buying commissary. I'm tired of spending money on phone calls and phone tablets and all of the things that you spend your money on when you're incarcerated. So you do what's right. You go to work as much as you can work. Spend time with your family, your kids, and you come home. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not hanging out with the same crowd anymore. People, places, and things. All of those things have changed. And you just live. And you've been home several years. And one day, minding your business at the gas station, a situation like this occurs. Now you find yourself right back in that old, so familiar situation. Misdemeanor, not looking at prison time. But who wants to be looking at a time period? I feel like I'm being shook down. I feel like they know that they don't have a case whatsoever, but they know that I have to spend that money on that lawyer. $5,000. $5,000 for something that I literally didn't do. You see, every time that I've been to prison, I was guilty. I may not have been guilty of the charges that they charged me with. Oh, but I was guilty of something. Oh, absolutely. That last time, I don't know. That last time, I think they kind of got over on me. They got me last time. But I put the blame on myself because I never should have placed myself in that situation. And so what they did was they said, okay, if you don't take this plea deal, you're going to go to trial, and we're going to use your criminal history against you. It's called prior bad acts. I believe it's 404B in the statute, Kentucky law statute. And we'll show that the alleged crime, the alleged fraud was absent of mistake. Because this is your MO. This is what you do. And we're going to hit you with a PFO, which is a persistent felony offender. That alone carries 10 to 20. That alone carries 10 to 20. My lawyer's telling me we can go to trial with this. But the odds of us winning is very difficult once they, the 404B, prior bad acts. The jury's going to see your entire criminal history, even the charges that you didn't get convicted of, even the charges that were dismissed. A jury will see your entire rap sheet. So I did what any sensible individual would do. I took the 2-year sentence. Wasn't even a felony. The charges they shouldn't even have been misdemeanors. They were misdemeanors. They have something in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, probably everywhere, in which they can aggregate your charges. Come on, kids, what's aggregate, man? Say you go, this is not what happened, but I'm just giving you an example. Say you go into Walmart. Well, a lot of people now, they say, okay, as long as I keep it under $500, and as far as what I steal, and again, it just doesn't make this right whatsoever. But if I keep it under $500, worst case scenario, if I get caught, just a misdemeanor. Probably do 30 days in the county, 45 days, and I'm out. It's typically what happens. You go into Walmart, you done stole 5 or 6 times before they finally catch you, but they have you on film each time. Typically just going to charge you for the time that they caught you with. Even if they do charge you for the other, times that they have you on camera, it'd just be, 4 or 5 counts. 4 or 5 separate counts. Like I said, maybe 90 days, 60 days in the county, and then you back out. But that's not what they did with me. See, I had an overzealous detective that didn't like me whatsoever. I had some choice words for him, and he told me any opportunity that he had to get me, he was going to get me, and he held true to his word. They aggregated my accounts. You know how you go to your bank and you overdraft your account? Well, I had overdraft on my account. Not saying that this was right, but I had different accounts, so I wrote myself checks. So I wrote myself a check, put it in the ATM machine, and withdrew the money. I did that 4 different times for a total of $800. This is why I went to the penitentiary last time. My last time going to prison. Mind you, I signed up for overdraft. They looked at that as fraudulent. Aggregated the counts rather. So instead of saying, okay, initially they arrested me on 4 counts of whatever they charged me with, theft by deception or whatever, 4 misdemeanor counts, and I paid the money back. Immediately paid the money back. The detectives come in with the prosecution and they say, nah. When I went to go bond out, my bond was like $5,000 more than what it should have been. So at the time, my girl, she's trying to figure out what's going on. I'm calling, wondering why they haven't, bonded me out. In Kentucky, we don't have no bail bondsmen or automatic 10%. So if your bond is, $5,000 or $2,000, that's just what it is, unless the judge reduces it. They went in and aggregated my 4 counts and made it 1 count. Added the total amount up for $800, which is over the threshold of $500, which makes it a felony. And I went to prison. And again, the money was paid back. I got 2 years for that. That's the last time that I went to prison. I'm going to say this was in 2016. 17, something like that. Did a couple years and haven't been back since. You understand the system. You understand that you don't really have a whole lot of room to breathe. Any little mistake. See, my mistakes can't be your mistakes. If you're an individual that hasn't been in any trouble, and that's a great thing. Never feel guilty about that, because I'm definitely not trying to make anyone feel guilty about that. That's a great thing. But a situation in which if something occurs and you get arrested or you get charged, it's probably just going to be a fine or get dismissed. Or for me, I'm subject to be looking at 10 to 20 for the exact same thing. Something so minute. So I keep these things in mind, and I mind my business, and I'm courteous to everybody that I run across, and I stay out of the way. But yet and still find yourself at times in that dark space. That space that's also familiar that you find yourself in several different times. Scooting my seat back. So, hey, kids, cut one. I'm scooting my seat back. But I don't get down. I don't gripe about it. Don't cry about it. I just rock with it. The chips fall where they may. I know that I didn't do anything wrong. Prosecutor knows I ain't do anything wrong. The individual that was screaming, I want that man arrested. I want that man prosecuted. He's not even coming to court. Never even came to court. After he made his little report, never even came to court. And the report was false. They seen the video. They know that I wasn't the aggressor, and they know that I didn't. But yet, charges haven't been dismissed. A lot of y'all have looked out. Definitely appreciate you hitting that Cash App, $ KENZ1000. Lawyers stressing me for money to go to trial. And it just is what it is. I guess if there's a time to say that it is what it is, I guess this is the time to say it is what it is, man. Just deal with it, man. I don't have my head down. I'm the same every day. Although I haven't really been making the videos or what have you. I'm the same every day, man. Ferris Bueller, no days off, man. Do I want to go back to the county jail for 12 months? 1 month, 2 months? Absolutely not. Who does? I don't know anybody that just wants to go to jail. But at the same token, we made our beds. So once again, we have to lay in it. I encourage anybody that's going through something right now, anything in life, just try your best to just deal with it and you know, don't run from the situation. I know people are going through way worse than me. Way worse. But just because an individual is going through something that's worse than what you're going through, don't mean that they're not going through anything. And I'm not even speaking about myself. I'm just saying people in general. My last few videos, I've been kind of having to hold my phone because my car mount fell off. So I got me another one. Yes, I did. I just haven't put it up yet, but I'm going to put it up. And that way I don't have to hold my phone anymore. It's a nice one. Actually, my daughter got this for me for Christmas, and I just had it. I've had it this time, just waiting till I actually needed it. And right now, I need it because I get tired of holding the phone. But even when I get tired of holding the phone, I say, you know what, Lord, thank you for blessing me just to have arms and hands to be able to hold the phone, man. Y'all rock with me. You know how many people would literally, can't necessarily say cut their arm off to have an arm. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. Would do anything to be able to hold this up. Hold this car mount up. See, I've learned in life to be appreciative for the things that I do have. Not complain about all the things that I once had or I won't. Or no, be thankful and appreciative for the things that I do have. It's real easy to think back in life to where you had this and you had that and you was the man and you had this amount of money and you could go do this and go do that. So I've never been rich, but I've been hood rich. I've been hood rich. You know, $75,000, $80,000. It's nice money on the streets. Real life is not really a lot of money in comparison. But being a young man in your 20s and it's in the 90s and you sitting on $75,000, $80,000, man. Doing what you want to do. But at the end of the day, none of that means anything because all the things, all the possessions that I had, I don't have them anymore. If you're thinking about doing some dirt, some crime because things are not going well in your life, I would highly advise you to think twice, watch some of my older videos, or just speak with somebody that's been down this road. It only gets worse. If you broke out here, or if you broke in out here, guess what? You're still going to be broke or broke in, but you're going to be in a penitentiary or in jail. In which you're in a situation where you really have to rely on other individuals to help you. Unless you already have money stacked up, saved, or to be able to eat, to get on the phone, to just live decent, to buy hygiene items, deodorant, toothpaste. They don't give you that stuff in jail, not in Kentucky. If you're content with making $26, $27 a month, working 40 hours a week, sometimes more, and that's your pay, you get paid once a month, $26, $27 a month. If you're content with that, sleeping around a bunch of men, Dudes letting gas all night long, snoring all night long, can't get no sleep, violence, people fighting, people getting cut, people getting raped. The zesty activity that you just see all day, every day in prison. If you content with that, cheers to you. But first of all, if you wake up in life, you have an opportunity, you have a chance. Each day that passes, every morning when that sun rises, you have an opportunity to be better, to do better. But you behind them walls, behind them gates, you're just a number, man. I often say that prison is the closest thing to death. Think about it. When a person is no longer with us, we look at pictures, or we have memories. I remember this, I remember that, I remember that time we did this, I remember that time. Well, oftentimes when an individual's in prison, you're not really talking to them that much. Now, if it's somebody immediate, your girl, your wife, your kids, and sometimes even in that situation, the communication, because it costs money to communicate. Not saying that would be the total reason for you all not communicating, but basically what I'm saying is, when a person's in prison, oftentimes it's out of sight, out of mind. So all you have of that individual is memories until they come home. And when you go to prison, there's no guarantee that you are going to come home, because you got a whole lot of lions, tigers, goons, gorillas, birds, hyenas, and you never know. The Fleece Johnson stories that he tells over at Hustle Spirit 502. Shout out to Fleece Johnson, Big Lee. Those are not tall tales. They may sound a little exaggerated. They may sound a little iffy. They may sound, I don't know, but when you go there and you see some of the things that he speaks of, some of the things that I speak of, and you got to run across Big Tim. You're not familiar, go back and watch my video. I may pin it in the comment section if I can remember. I'm going to keep it real if I can remember. Big Tim, that'll print check you. He like to get high on the K2, on the spice. That's real big in prison at the time it was. And it's not detected by the drug test. And when his girlfriend left the yard, his boyfriend, but to Big Tim it was his girlfriend. When his girlfriend checked in, which was a transgender, and left the yard, he went crazy. Started smoking the spice. Big Tim's about 6'2", 6'3", 225, a gorilla, a monster. Look like Damon on Friday. Introduce me to your friend Craig, that Damon. Well, Craig and Day Day. Been a long time, dog. Come give a nigga a hug. Come on, Craig. You too, Craig. That Damon. Same skin tone, complexion. Not bald head like Damon, but he had a short haircut. Same build. Got these gorillas in prison, man. Work out all day long. At the time, you didn't have to have a job in prison. You do now in certain prisons. Or go to school. Maybe all of them. But I know in Kentucky, at one point, you didn't have to. Working out first thing in the morning. Come back in the afternoon, work out, and then work out in the evening. 6 days a week. Been locked up 12, 13 years. Not to mention all the years that he was locked up as a juvenile. Gorilla, man. This dude's repping 400. Repping 400 on the bench, man. 365 on the incline like it ain't nothing for reps, man. Y'all rock with me. You get going on the K2, the spice, it makes you paranoid. I don't smoke. Never smoked it, never tried it. Come right up to you, man, and grab your print, man. Grab your print, yeah, grab your print, man. Print check you. Print check, nickel. And be dead serious. You looking at him like, bro, what print check, nigga? Run up on you, grab your print, man. Can't make this up. Y'all go check out the video. Matter of fact, I am going to pin it in my comments. He's on the yard print checking niggas. You don't want to run across Big Tim? You can't bring your Dracos, your Glocks, your switches, you can't bring that to prison. Youngsters, you heard me? You don't want to run across your Fleece Johnsons? The infamous booty's more important than water? He meant that. It ain't gonna happen to me. Yeah, okay. We all can say what happened to us till you in that situation. You in a cell with a gorilla. Cells are small, man. I gotta get me a knife. Yeah, okay. We think he ain't got a knife? You think you just get a knife and just carry it around the yard like that? Easier said than done. You don't want to run across Big Rufus. Another 6'2", 6'3" gorilla been locked up 20-something years. Talk with a very soft, yeah, they call me Big Rufus, man. Anything you need, I'm just saying. This is his favorite thing to say. I'm just saying. Anything you need, just holler at me, Big Rufus. If you need some cakes, some zoom, some wham-whams. This dude's a monster. You see his calf muscle. You see he got forearms look like Popeye, the Sailor Man. Like this dude is a monster. But he's soft-spoken. You waiting on your money to arrive. Your people done already warned you about, Big Rufus and individuals like that. But Big Rufus come across so just diligent, so... I'm just saying, I understand how it is, youngster, when you first arrive on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all jump in the comment section and hit the Big Rufus. I'm just saying. Stomach's on, your ribs is touching. Stomach is growling. Yards are going to shut down at about 11. You got to be in your room, in your dorm. Big Rufus, he run a store. Like I said, he got the zooms, the wham-whams, anything you want. Cakes, cookies, noodles, summer sausages, anything that you want. Big Rufus runs a store, he got it. You want 2, give me 3 back. You want 3 bags of chips, give me 5 back. You want 5 sodas, give me 8 back. Makes his money running a store. It's illegal in prison, not supposed to be done, but a lot of COs, they ain't tripping. They understand. You got some jerks, but a lot of them, they ain't tripping. It's 10:48. You go get a Big Rufus. Big Rufus. You find yourself talking like Big Rufus. Any other time you talking like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, though, I don't love these hoes, man. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, when I call, she better answer that phone. But then when you go see Big Rufus, your hoe, I'm just saying, Big Rufus, I'm just saying. Now you talking like Big Rufus. You go in there and you borrow, $15, $20 worth of items. You borrow, let's just say $20 worth of items. Big Rufus want 30 back, 35 back. He ain't really gonna tax you that bad. You borrow 20, give me 30 back. Your money finally comes. Now you back to your normal, you back to your normal voice. Yo, Big Rufus, I got your money, man. I got your money. Come on in. Come on in the cell. You got all your commissary that you owe Big Rufus in a laundry bag, a net bag or whatever. Dump it on the bed. It's all there. Go on, count it. Go your cakes. Here go your zoom. Ho, what you mean, my cakes? I don't understand what you're saying, Big Rufus. I'm just saying. I don't understand what you're saying, Big Rufus. I borrowed the cakes. Yeah, but them ain't the type of cakes that Big Rufus want back. Hold up, Big Rufus. I mean, what are you saying? I'm just saying. Them ain't the type of cakes Big Rufus want back. You backing up, but you in this cell. It's a door. It's not bars. You backing up so much to where you hit the door and the door shuts. Boom. And you locked in. Got to hit the thing for the CO to let you out, but the CO may not be in the guard's tower. And you stuck in a cell with a monster, Big Rufus. Just saying. Turned out. Want to run across Big Rufus? Yeah, you can fight. You can fight for your life. You better be 5'11". Because that's the only opportunity and chance that you're going to stand if you 5'11". Dude been locked up 20 years, 18 years. No drugs. No alcohol, no nothing. Just aggression. Lifting weights, the weight pal. You been out drugging. Partying, finger popping. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the... Put in the comment section what's next. We don't need no water, let the mother burn. Burn, mother. Burn. You doing the most out there on the streets, man. Not taking care of yourself. Getting high. They never take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5. Big Rufus is in there in that weight pile 6 days a week. 5 hours a day. You don't stand a chance. And he know how to fight. Just saying. Type of environments that you place yourself into. So I say all of that to say this, and there's several more other than Fleece Johnson, Big Rufus, Big Tim. That's just an example. I got plenty more. Franco. I go check out the one of my last videos that I just did. CO graped in a prison cell by Franco. CO thought he was tough. Thought he could just talk to Franco any type of way. Kept shaking him down. See what happens to him. Y'all go check that video out, man. Y'all share this video because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to see it. When you think that things in life are not going well for you, multiply that by 10. Because if you get caught doing whatever you're going to do, or thinking about doing, contemplating, guess what? You're going to be in prison. And it gets very, very violent, to say the least. And difficult once you go to prison. Once again, the Cash App is $KENZ1000. I got to get this lawyer paid. Thank you all. There's so many people that have reached out to me and sent me Cash App, man. It's just so many. I appreciate you. And taking this thing, boxing up, going to trial, man. Got about a week and we're going to trial with it, man. You know what I mean? We're going to make it do what it do. And I'm confident that I'll come out victorious because I know that I didn't do anything. Going through something once again. Really, sometimes you may have to watch this video twice. 3 times, 4 times. Find your higher power or whatever. And just understand that you can start all over. I don't care if you lost it all. I don't care if you, how bad you messed up. You wake up, you have another opportunity in life, man. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share, subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, then be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. I'm going to have this put up tomorrow and I can get back to my regular, nah means. That's the New York slang, the East Coast. Nah means. Instead of just saying, y'all can get back to my regular scheduled program, I'm going to say, y'all can get back to my regular, you digs, my nah means, son. Oh, man. Sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying, man. Real Kens TV, man. And shout out to my dog, James McElvain, man. I got your message, bro. Checks on me daily, almost daily. You know, at least a couple times, few times a week or whatever. Make sure that I'm good, you know, my well-being or whatever. I appreciate you, bro. I was just at work, as you can see. Did my video right after I got off work. Shout out to James McElvain. You know, shout out to Terry Brown, man, number 6. The 6th person that subscribed to my channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bronx, man. My dog, the Bronx, man. You know, Edron. My dog, Edron. Deborah in Chicago. You know, shout out to, you know, Pat Watson out of Houston, H-Town, man. Shout out to just all the individuals. And there's way more. It's just off the top of my head. So please don't, you know, be upset with me. You know, I just can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but there's so many people that show love, man. My dog, Steve Hawkins, man. And don't tell him where he's at. He's dropping loads. Steve dropped big loads. He's a truck driver. That's an infinite pause. That deserves an infinite pause, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Bay Area. I see the Bay Area all the time, man. St. Louis, man. I mean, just everywhere, man. KY, Kentucky, man. Lexington, Kentucky. My dog, Jose Williams. Shout out to you, man. Louisville, Kentucky, man. Louisville. 502, man. The Nashville, man. Memphis. Just everybody, man. Everybody that shows me love, man. You know what I mean? Real Kens TV.